if we look at a body, every body is what the DNA tells it to be. The DNA is a pattern inside of everybody. So I want to say the creation week was a DNA for the generations that's going to play out in time. I don't care what scientists say. I don't care what you says. That there are still things that we need to discover. And I think what is a very hard sort of thing is when you have Christians that are really sold out to God and sincere, but they interpret the word with a natural mind, and then we go argue with scientists. And no, we have to understand things in the spirit, because if we just look at Genesis, which is the creation week, you can't say it's 7 days, because Adam was only created on day 6, and time was only created on day 4. So he says day 1, God separated light from darkness, and he called light day on day 1. Now the light day and the day 1 is not a 24-hour day, because time only started on day 4. So we really need to understand what the Spirit says. And in God, there's a scripture that is like so profound. He says, the end is determined from the beginning. So there is patterns and showing. So this is why God is the beginning and the end. The end is the same point as the beginning. God does not have a beginning and the end. He is the beginning and the end of time. And what is time for? He wants man back to the point where he has him in a perfect situation where he's going to live forever. It's a little bit above our understanding, but when these things start opening to you, you realize, oh, who are we to even query God? Now, when Jesus came, he did the same thing. He gave up the body so that the Spirit can come inside of us. And the Spirit inside of us, he says, we are sealed with the Spirit. And the sealing of the Spirit is literally the DNA of what we're going to be. Because this is our new life. When you're born again, the DNA inside of you is God's Spirit. He calls it the earnest. And this earnest is forever pushing us towards the redemption of our body. This is what Romans 8 says. And the whole of creation is waiting for us sons to be manifested. The Spirit is the earnest that wants you to live. And we must not misunderstand the earnest. He says, if you hope in this life only, you are to be pitied. In other words, you're pathetic. But he says it in a better way. But the Spirit inside of us calls Abba Father. And he is the Father of lights, the Father of life. In him was life, and the life was the light. He's ever calling us towards this perfected life. The only thing we can actually do on earth is enjoy the time we have here. Why would we waste our time not enjoying it?